Imagine a world entirely different from ours, where Germany emerged victorious in World War II. A reality where the course of human history took a drastic turn, where the Axis powers, led by Germany, achieved an unforeseen victory, rewriting the annals of history as we know it. This isn't just a fanciful flight of imagination, but an exploration of an alternate timeline, a world that could have been. The pivotal point of divergence in this timeline isn't found in some far-flung battle in the Pacific or the icy front of Russia, but rather in the heart of Europe. In this version of history, the year 1940 marks a decisive turning point. The German Wehrmacht, under the strategic command of the Führer, successfully invades Britain, an event known as Operation Sea Lion. The British forces, valiant though they were, couldn't hold back the relentless German onslaught. This invasion wasn't just a military victory, it was a psychological one, shattering the illusion of the invincible British Empire. This victory brought a swift end to the war in Europe, leaving Germany as the unchallenged master of the continent. The nations of Europe, one by one, fell under the shadow of the swastika, becoming reluctant members of a new German-led order. Across the Atlantic, the United States, still reeling from the shock of Pearl Harbor, opted for an uneasy peace treaty with Germany. The balance of power had shifted irrevocably. The Allies had lost, and the Axis powers stood triumphant. Germany, now free from the threat of a two-front war, consolidated its hold over Europe. The Third Reich began to shape the continent in its image, enforcing its ideologies and policies with an iron hand. But what does this mean for the world? What changes does this alternate victory bring? Strap in, because we're about to delve into a world shaped by the unforeseen victory of the Third Reich. The world has now entered a new era, one dominated by the Third Reich. With Europe under its control, Germany begins to shape a new world order. The map of Europe is redrawn, with the continent splintered into a patchwork of puppet states, each one under the iron fist of German control. The Reich's influence stretches from the frosty plains of Scandinavia all the way down to the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean. But this new world order goes beyond Europe. An uneasy alliance is struck with Japan, creating a formidable axis that straddles two continents. This partnership allows both powers to consolidate their gains and to divide the world into spheres of influence. It's a delicate balance of power, but one that keeps the rest of the world in check. In this alternate timeline, the United States finds itself isolated. The once mighty nation watches from across the Atlantic as the globe is carved up by the Axis powers. The American dream is overshadowed by the specter of the Third Reich and the rising sun, leading to a period of introspection and self-preservation. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union, the once formidable Red Bear, faces its own demise. The relentless German war machine grinds down the resistance, leading to the fall of the USSR. In its place, a fragmented Russia emerges, its vast territories divided amongst the victorious Germans and Japanese. And it's not just the geopolitical map that changes. This new world order sees the rise of fascism globally. From South America to Africa, governments and societies are shaped by the totalitarian ideologies of the Axis powers. The world becomes a stage where autocracy is the norm and democracy a distant memory. This is a world where the Axis powers reign supreme. A world where history takes a different turn, creating an alternate reality that is as fascinating as it is chilling. A world that challenges our understanding of the past and makes us question the fragility of history. Life under the Third Reich is dramatically different. In this alternate timeline, Nazi ideologies have been implemented across Europe, bringing about seismic shifts in societal norms and values. The Third Reich's vision of a homogeneous society has led to the systematic marginalization of minorities. Ethnic, racial, and religious groups that do not conform to the Aryan ideal find themselves ostracized, their rights and freedoms severely curtailed. This has resulted in a society that is uniform in its outlook and ideology. A society that places the collective above the individual, and one that is deeply rooted in the belief in racial superiority. The widespread use of forced labor is another grim reality of this alternate world. The Third Reich, ever hungry for expansion and dominance, has turned to the enslaved masses to fuel its war machine. Millions are put to work in factories, mines, and farms, their lives reduced to mere cogs in the Reich's relentless drive for supremacy. The creation of a highly militarized society is another hallmark of the Third Reich's rule. Every aspect of life is colored by the shadow of militarism, from education to entertainment. The population is constantly reminded of the Reich's might and the need for vigilance against perceived threats. The indoctrination of youth plays a crucial role in ensuring the continuity of the Third Reich's ideologies. From a tender age, children are taught to revere the Reich and its leaders, to uphold the principles of racial purity, and to dedicate themselves to the service of the state. This generation, shaped and molded by the Reich, will grow to become its staunchest defenders. In this alternate reality, the Third Reich's iron grip on society is unyielding, its influence pervasive. It has reshaped the very fabric of society, imposing its ideologies, its values, and its vision onto the people of Europe. The Third Reich has transformed society according to its own brutal image. And the Third Reich's victory fuels a technological revolution for better and for worse. In this alternate reality, the triumph of the Third Reich sparks an unprecedented technological revolution. The race for supremacy doesn't stop at territorial conquest. It extends to the realms of science and technology. Guided by a relentless pursuit of dominance, the Reich plunges into a new era of innovation marked by groundbreaking advancements in various fields. Rocketry and jet propulsion, for instance, experience a rapid evolution. The V-2 rockets of wartime infamy evolve into more advanced models, heralding an age of supersonic travel and even the beginnings of space exploration. This progress, however, bears a double edge. The same technology that propels mankind towards the stars also serves as a weapon of war, and the threat of long-range missile strikes looms ominously over a world held hostage by the Reich's military power. Moreover, the Reich's victory accelerates developments in nuclear energy. Harnessing the atom's power, they unlock an inexhaustible source of energy, promising a future free from the constraints of fossil fuels. Yet, this too is a double-edged sword. The same energy that fuels cities and powers industries also arms the Reich with a new class of devastating weaponry, casting a long, dark shadow over this era of technological enlightenment. Even the field of computing undergoes a dramatic transformation. Computers, initially designed for military calculations, become a common feature in industries and households alike. But these advancements in information technology also empower the Reich to establish an unprecedented surveillance state, where privacy is a forgotten concept and dissent is quashed before it can even whisper rebellion. Technology under the Third Reich becomes both a beacon of progress and a tool of oppression. The advances that promise to propel humanity into a new age of prosperity and understanding also serve as instruments of control and destruction. In the hands of the Third Reich, technology becomes a paradoxical force, highlighting the duality of human nature and the precarious balance between progress and peril. As we step back from this parallel universe, it's time to reflect on what we've learned. The world as we know it has been reshaped in our minds. A world where Germany emerged victorious in World War II, a perspective that challenges our understanding of history and the world as we know it. We've journeyed through an alternate timeline, a world shaped by an unforeseen victory that spun the globe into a new axis. We saw geopolitical shifts that redefined the global landscape. Countries were partitioned, alliances redrawn, and a new world order emerged from the ashes of the old. Society took on a completely different form under the Third Reich. Ideologies that were once kept at the fringe became the norm, shaping a society that, while horrifying to our current sensibilities, was reality in this alternate timeline. We've gazed at the technological triumphs and terrors that came from this new world order. The relentless pursuit of advancement under the Third Reich led to unprecedented leaps in technology, some of which fostered progress, while others harbored destruction. The successful invasion of Britain, a single event, changed the course of history in this alternate timeline. It's a sobering reminder of how the world as we know it, the history we accept as fact, could have been so different had one event, just one, gone differently. A journey through this alternate history is much more than an exercise in imagination. It's a reckoning with the fragility of history and the world we inhabit. It's a reminder that each event, each decision, each victory or defeat contributes to the intricate tapestry of our shared history. History, as we've seen, is a delicate tapestry. Change one thread and the entire picture transforms.